What is going on, fellow e-com sellers? Today I'm going to be breaking down my profit and loss statement. That's right, I'm going to be walking through line by line. I actually just got off the phone with my accountant and we cleaned up my books just to show, so I could show you guys, go through line by line, break down my entire business for you. And I'm super excited. I think you're going to get a lot of value from this video. I'm not sure if you've seen other people's profit and loss statements before, so I hope that this gives you some good insight, how I organize things. I think it's going to be super valuable for you, and I'm really excited to share it with you. If you are getting value, if you learned something in today's video, please hit that thumbs up button. Definitely share it to a friend or drop a comment below. You know, I read all the comments. Happy to reply to you guys and answer any further follow-up questions that you've got about today's video. So without any further ado, let's hop in here. I did just want to quickly start off by showing you my Amazon Central Seller account here. You know, last month, May 2018, was my best month ever. I did just over $56,000 on Amazon US, and that, you know, that beat out December 2017 was $52,000, so I'm already $4,000 higher than I was in December. So this year is going really strong for me. I'm super pumped, super excited. And yeah, this is my Amazon account. Let's take now a deep dive into my profit and loss statement. All right, so a couple things here before you know, we go through here line by line. I did just want to say that I've separated the columns here. Every single number that you see in this column right here is the actual reporting from my QuickBooks account. As you're going to see, and as I walk through here, this column is just for the e-commerce business. And then this last column here is the e-commerce business recasted. And I'm going to kind of explain each one of these. And the reason I broke it up like this is just because it's really challenging to accurately show my net profit, just because there's a lot of different expenses that I have going through my business, and every business is completely different. So I'm trying to break it up into 3 different categories here to give you guys the most visibility and help you understand exactly how I'm thinking about running my business, so that you guys can replicate the same thing. So let's start off here. This top section here is just my income, right? I have 3 brands, like I said, on Amazon. The most important lines here are line 11, 12, 13. This is brand number 1. So brand number 1 last month brought in $32,000. That's consistent across all 3 recasting columns here. Brand 2 brought in $18,000 and brand 3 brought in $8,000. So that's pretty self-explanatory there. That is a combination of Amazon US, I'm selling over in Amazon Europe, and my Shopify accounts. So like I showed you earlier on my Amazon US account, that was $56,000. So then I had the remainder here is the US, or I'm sorry, is the UK and my Shopify. So total sales in the e-commerce business is $61,000. All right, now let's drop down to the next line. So I also do consulting. I do Amazon, you know, I run Amazon accounts. I do consulting services, e-commerce consulting. And that's why I have in the actual here, almost brought in another $6,000 last month in consulting services. And that definitely helps with my cash flow, right? I'm not gonna try to hide that fact from you guys. The fact that I have this additional income coming in for services definitely helps with my cash flow and being able to just inject more cash, you know, new cash into the business, helps me grow, helps me fund, you know, new R&D, new product development. It's super important. Definitely recommend you guys to have some sort of income coming in on the side so that you can, you know, replicate a similar thing, because quite frankly, this is a heavily cash intensive business. So you're going to need some cash. And this definitely helps me to continue to fuel the growth for my business is this services income. I did strip it out here though for the e-commerce side of things and the e-commerce recasted, just because that's my services, and if I were to ever sell my business or whatnot, the services side of things isn't going to go with the business. So let's just take a look straight at the e-commerce side, and then you'll see further what the recasted looks like. All right, so here are my cost of goods sold, brand 1, brand 2, brand 3. Cost of goods sold comes out to be about $10,000. And then we get hit with the big other cost of services, or our Amazon fee, right? This is a massive chunk. You know, one of the pros is that, you know, Amazon provides us all these like great customers and great leads. You know, they're search engine for buyers, and we're taking advantage of that. Downside is their fees are huge. You know, I pay so much in fees here and in advertising, which I'm going to explain a little bit later. But total fees here just comes into $22,000 out of this 61 of the total sales or revenue, and that puts us at a gross profit of just about 46%. So that's sales minus cost of goods sold and Amazon fees is hovering right around 46%, or $28,000. And now let's jump down into the expenses, because this is where I think it gets pretty interesting, right? So Amazon advertising, I spent $7,000 last month, which I think is a lot, right? I'm spending a lot on advertising right now. It's mainly because I've launched 5 or 6 new products within the past like 2 months, and they're just starting to get traction, and I'm really like pumping the PPC, and I'm spending a lot of money to get those products ranking, just generate those first initial sales. So I hope that I'll be able to bring this down over the next couple of months. However, I'm also launching like, you know, 2 to 3 new products every single month. So I'm not sure, you know, what the advertising budget is going to be, but I am currently, last month, $7,000, spent almost $5,000 on my Google ads. So I basically run Google ads directly to my Shopify store, just one of my Shopify stores. So I'm spending $500 there. And then we spend $10 on influencers. We're definitely going to be growing the influencer account, influencer budget in the next coming months. I'm also going to be rolling out some Facebook ads. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I'm doing that. Pretty excited about it. But total advertising then comes about $7,500. Now here's just a couple of like discretionary expenses here. So like auto gas, auto insurance. So I have a car lease payment, right? So these are all kind of discretionary expenses that I have in my business. When I recasted it, I put these at 0, just because, you know, if I were to go sell the business, this wouldn't be passed on over to the next owner of the business. And it's just kind of discretionary spending. Like I said, I do services, and I do use my car to get to some local clients that I have in the area. So that's all included there. Bank charges, $234. Here's some Amazon storage fees. So I paid $1,700 in Amazon storage fees, and I actually did successfully just sign up or get a new warehouse out in LA, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to bring down those Amazon storage fees, but I am going to be incurring now some warehouse space cost out in LA. So I hope that this comes down, but then I'm probably going to have to add in another line item here for the LA warehouse. But total commission and fees, just $1,700. This is pretty interesting. We have a customer satisfaction refunds line here. So this is basically, you know, as soon as a refund happens, we write off basically all refunds up front at the time that the customer refunds it. And then if I actually get that product back and stock it back into inventory, then we reduce this account. And this was something that, you know, that I came up with, my accountant. We think that it's the best method, just because there's so many units or products that are being lost in Amazon's warehouse or not being returned actually. So this is just the safest way to do it. We write off all the returns, and then when I actually receive that product and we stock it back into inventory, then we reduce this line item. Dues and subscriptions. So this is just my couple, I pay for a gym membership and my other employees' gym memberships. So this is just like a health benefit kind of insurance policy for us. Education, right? So this was a conference that I'm planning on attending, a ticket to go to a conference. So here are a couple of the dues and subscriptions, like the gym membership, the education, right? This is contributing, it's an expense on the business, but that's definitely not something that's going to be passed on. So I've recasted that at 0 here. Interest expense, so this is interest on a loan that I took. So I took about a loan from Amazon for $50,000 about 4 months ago. So this is just the interest expense on that. That's going to be carried across all 3 columns. Office expenses, this is probably just like packing, pens, some like tape maybe, some things just to like run the office expenses, some packaging expenses, right? All right, so here's the payroll. So I pay myself right now $3,000 and then $229 on taxes there. So I pay myself monthly $3,000. That would not be carried over in the recasting side of things. And Amazon promo rebates, rent or lease. So this is my home office, right? So I spend $1,500 on my full home office monthly. This would not be carried over if I were to recast this or sell the business. Shipping and delivery expenses. So this is expenses mainly from bringing products from China to the USA, about $2,300. And then the other big line item here is the duties and taxes, right? So importing those goods, $1,800, so total about $4,200 there. All right, so now we come into my subcontractors. So I've got a couple of different subcontractors or employees that I use. They're all kind of classified under in this section. We have an admin account. I have a China admin, so this is my Chinese contract worker or employee. My accounting, design work that we do. This is mostly photos, graphic design. So then here is the my marketing expenses. Right, this is a little bit low this month. This will increase the following month. And then quality control, right? So every time I send an inspection team to inspect a new product or a new batch of products that's coming right off the assembly line, I'm sending in that quality control team, and that expense is carried there. So in total, like almost $3,000 here, $2,800. I did write this as recast. If I were to recast this, I put this as 0, because if I were to sell this e-commerce business, and you were to someone else were to run the business themselves, or maybe they had their own team, a lot of these expenses would probably go to 0, right? I mean, chances are that new owner, if I recast it, there's not going to be an accounting fee. We're doing a lot of new product development, a lot of R&D work, and that is a big chunk of these costs right here. So the admin China cost, I mean, she's doing a lot of work on finding new factories, sourcing new products. So it's a lot of R&D work. Same thing with the design and marketing. We're creating new images for all our new products that are coming out. So a lot of the old or kind of existing products, we don't touch too much, besides just some minor optimizations and whatnot. But a lot of these expenses are for R&D and new products that are coming out, and that's why I kind of just wrote these off of 0. Spending about $500 on software tools. We've got some travel and travel meals, utilities. Those would all be 0 in a recasting situation. And finally, VAT taxes. So I did have to pay some VAT tax quarterly because I am selling over in the UK. That was just under, over $400 here. So total expenses comes out to be $28,000 when we total all that up for the e-commerce company. And when we recast that, we strip out a lot of those expenses that I just mentioned to you. It comes down to $16,000, almost $17,000. And finally, here's the net income that you guys have all been patiently waiting for. The actual net income for my overall business is just over $6,000 with the services included. When you strip out the services, it comes out to be just over break even, $120, net income. But that's with, myself taking a salary and a lot of those discretionary expenditures that, I've previously mentioned. When I do recast the pure e-commerce business, I'm ending up with a profit and net income of $11,700, or just under 20%. If maybe we would add in a couple of more expenses, in the recasted section here. So I would think anywhere between 15 and 20% net income is like a pretty accurate reflection on this overall business, how I'm running the business. I really hope that this has brought you guys some good insight into how I'm managing my business. I hope that you guys have learned something. If you take some of these strategies, some of the ideas that I talked about today, maybe some of the format, definitely consult with your accountant before you do hand. I am not an accountant. And this is just the way that I've been, running my business. There might be better ways to do it, and you should definitely consult professional services before you implement any of these ideas for your own. But if you did get some value, if you learned something today, definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, drop a comment below. I'm happy to answer additional questions. Please share the video to a friend, and I'll keep coming out with more videos. Have a good weekend, guys. See you next time.